Jetzt pass auf, jetzt nimmst du ihn noch. Du musst erstmal.
Lieber Stanislav, I will speak in English because all my German friends speak English, and everybody doesn't understand German, I guess, but you did a wonderful job. First of all, your German is fantastic. Es ist sensational, sein Deutsch ist einfach fantastisch und es ist eine ganz, ganz, ganz große Freude. Ich wünschte, ich würde so gut Tschechisch sprechen. I wish I would speak English as well as she speaks German, and I said, a few days ago I said, my first wife, she understood everything tonight. My wonderful Marcelko, my dear Marcella, and my Alana did not understand the Czechoslovak, but you both understood it. And there would not be any Babička if there wouldn't be Dunja, as she came here. And I'm very glad, and I hope she gets some flowers now, because without her there wouldn't be this musical, and there wouldn't be this show. And so thank you, Dunja, for everything you did in our life. You gave me Julia, you gave me Marcella, and thank God, my other, yes, thank you, Sarah. It's so wonderful that you came. But it's a real honor, honor for my brain and honor for my heart. For my brain, it's that I can think that I have friends. And friends are the most important thing in life. And some friends really came from far away. They took this long trip here. They did not write it, but they're just friends of mine. And I have to just salute the greatest composer of Germany who came here, Christian Brun. He is really my dear friend. And he wrote more hits than I will ever write. And I'm so glad.
Ralphie, you are the greatest.
And it's a real big honor that the president and former chief of, of everything was Christian Brun, and he is just our genius in Germany, and I'm so grateful that you came here.
We know it.
And you all know that, and you should write another musical with him because he's written so many great songs. I'm very proud that friendship, still with 69 years old, counts in the end so much. And friendship is still the most important thing. And I said, Daddy, no, you're a friend. You're just a new friend in my heart and in my creative life. And I think creativity makes us all live longer, be stronger, and the strengths I've seen here in this, I say, great city. I always thought Brünn was a little city like whatever, Neuschwanstein. No, it's a fantastic, great city. And then I read about it, I said 400,000 people live here, and even 1 million people around it. So thank you, and I thank you for the creativity which lives here. And we all know that from Czechoslovakia the great movies come, the great plays come, and I had some very great colleagues which I loved very much, like Karl Svoboda and Jerzy Steidl and Ladia Steidl and many friends, and I had the honor to work with Karl Gott, one of your greatest singers, and he says, sorry, sorry, sorry. He wanted to be here. He had 4 shows yesterday, before yesterday, and even tomorrow. Thank God with 75 he's still alive, and he's still so anxious and full of jobs and full of yes, creativity, and he still sings well, you know. Babichka, you know. He did wonderful. And I'm very yes, not only honored, my life was always beautiful. My father was a composer, writer. My mother was an operetta singer in the late, 1920, 1940, 1930. And my grandfather was a conductor. He was an opera composer. And in the 3rd row of the family, I'm here, and I'm standing here, and I enjoyed this wonderful week with all your people here, and I'm just overwhelmed, as we say, because the whole week was fantastic. Although the first time I was here a few weeks ago, where we did the rehearsals with Carl and with Emma, which are just genius musicians, genius conductors, and when I came, please make it a little bit slow, or just a few little things, and they accepted it. And thank you, Emma. Where's Carl? Carl, is he here? Yes, I hope he is. Carl, Emma, for your arrangements. You know, we worked many years on that, and I still have to thank also my old arrangers, you know, who still worked with me on the originals, like Rome Norbert Daum did, and Wolfgang Rödelberger, who I did theater with, and some other arrangers. And the arrangers are something wonderful, because I'm a pretty good piano player. I'm not a pianist, I'm a piano player. And I write my songs and I make demos for weeks and for months, and they will produce for weeks and months. And when I then suddenly find it's listening it here live on stage, it's different than on the radio. You know, radio is something turn off, turn on, turn on. But the stage is something great. Yes. I've been doing a lot of TV, thank God. But what we have when we do a production, or when I wrote for the Eurovision, and I'm doing my 24th in Vienna this year. This is totally crazy. But we have 200 million. Okay, we have 200 million people. That's why I love to write for 200 million. But for audience, even for 50 or 60, 80 people, doing it live like you do here, this is very emotional. And it means really a lot to me. And when you see how the people or the public reacted today, hearing our songs, most of them the first time, I don't know, I've seen a wonderful guest there with white hair, and they may have heard Genghis Khan or Moscow before, I don't know. Most of the songs I didn't hear. But what makes me also so happy, because when I see, we did some songs which just run through the radios, or maybe one show on the TV, and then Valentina Monetta comes from London, and she heard her songs, which she did on the Eurovision in the last 2 years, and we know, I think it was even more emotion tonight, but it was always wonderful when you sang those songs, Valentina, you know? You're just a genius. I wrote the song for her, and the song would not have been tonight, he wouldn't have been here. And the same thing with Dorcas Kiefer, who sang 3 of the songs. She sang, we're giving a party, und ich hab Angst, mich friert. And she also sang, Jesus loves you, yes he does, you know. And this is fabulous, and I'm very happy that even one of the greatest German singers we ever have and still have, thank God, which I wrote for her. There wouldn't be da dum da da yum pa da 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 without Katja Epstein. And she is just one of those. She makes history. She made history in my life. And Nicole wanted to come. She booked her trip to the Maldives weeks ago, and so she couldn't. And Lena Valaitis also wanted to, was the original singer of Johnny Blue. And she also wanted to come, but she had a gig, as we say, you know. She sings there, and thank God she still sings Johnny Blue every night in whatever, wherever, you know. But for me, it's really a privilege that people still sing my songs, which I started to write 50 years ago. It's quite a long time ago. And I still enjoy writing, but I much more enjoy, to be true, to hear this on stage. live on stage with a 28-piece orchestra, you know, which you can hardly get anymore today, because today they use a DJ, I say, let's do some playbacks, and everybody's going to do whatever he can. There's no more money for theater. But what you supported us here, and I don't say the figure, but I know how much money he invested in this play. And this is really fantastic. This is really belief, Stanislav, and to tell you the truth, I never had anybody who really invested in me. You're the first one who ever invested in me. It's the truth. And I have to say to this man, if it wouldn't be him, we would not, you still have the flowers. You know what you don't know? The flowers are for you. And the other flowers are for you.
Thank you.
And we still, I have to give, I want just to kiss you and embrace you. It's just a wonderful, wonderful evening. It was one of my dreams to hear and see what we somehow did in our, you know, you start a song on the piano. You just, one evening, one night, most of the time I think of a lyrical idea, and then you just write a song, and when you sit there, you just want other people to hear it, you know. And that's why I'm so happy. As I said, I love Eurovision for 200 million people, but I love it much more to have you here so close, and especially when I see all the strengths from everybody to put in. And I must say, it was a hard moment for me when I asked my friend Stanislav, who should sing what and how? And I tell you, everybody sang well. All the three Marias sang well, the two Johnnies too, and I couldn't even say anything. And then one moment I said, how about him and her? And so I said, well, everyone's good. You all were great, really. Whoever plays yesterday or tomorrow, I thank you so much, very, very much. But Hannah, you made me cry again, you know? And really, you made me cry again. And it was just fabulous. And I can only tell you, thank you to all my friends who really come from far away. Thank you to the professionals who came here, who don't, some of them don't know my music, some of them heard them a little bit different today, thank God, as I'm a so-called Schlager writer. I always say the word Schlager is totally wrong, because the word Schlager is used wrong. Only a success is a Schlager, you know. But as I said, we sometimes write music out of our heart, and not only to make a hit, what is Schlager. It's just to write a song on an album, on a track, which is, turns somebody into a different personality. And music is my life, and I just see Penny McLean right now. World star Penny McLean. She especially came out of friendship. And that I said, I don't know now who I should mention more, because those people who came here, stop saying another word, another name. Everybody who came here, I thank you so much. I really thank you. But I have to also thank Bettina Migge, because without her, I would not be standing here. We would not have done this. You are the person who really created this whole idea of friendship, of musical love and creativity. And thank you, Bettina. It's very important for me. Thank you. And to not make it too long, that you can still have another Slivovitz, which I learned to drink again here. I learned to drink Slivovitz again, because Slivovitz I don't drink until I stop talking or I stop working. Believe me, it's different here, but for me it's not, because I still keep the tempi and the timing and the feeling. And thank you for your feeling. Thank you to ORF, to RTL, whoever's here, to Herbert, I love you. And you know, Uli, you came already yesterday, and Celia. Okay, I start mentioning them again. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to everybody who came here, and thank you to the music. Thank you.